Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Alana. I am Mrs.SmithStitches here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. And I also have a Gmail. All of that will be linked in the show notes below. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and welcome back. It has been 2 weeks since my last video. I do normally film monthly, but this week I have a little special Flosstubers episode. So it's been about 1 year since I started my Flosstube channel here on YouTube, and I thought it would be fun to do a little kind of special happy 1 year anniversary, a little bit of Stitch North prep. Stitch North, I'm going to weekend too, so will be in a couple of weeks for me. I wanted to do some fun giveaways and just a little update on some of the stuff that I have been working on. I have a little bit of everything today. I have whips and some stuff that I've kitted for Stitch North. I have some giveaways, I have some sewing, although not very much. I even have some crochet. So I have had kind of a busy couple of weeks. I just got back from a week away in Toronto on a work conference and came home on the Friday. I was gone Monday to Friday, took the train, which was great. Came home, my husband and our little grandson picked me up at the airport, and we've had the baby. He's like 2, not quite 2. We've had him all weekend, so he's actually napping now. If you hear him, I'm really hoping I can get an hour and get this video done. We are bringing him home tonight, like at dinner time. So I thought I would quick jump in and just try to get this done and then hopefully upload it. My internet here in the rural Ontario is very, very slow, so it can take me a while to get the videos up and going. I do apologize. I know you're gonna see lights in my glasses. It is absolutely pouring down rain here today, and it's gross and super, super dark, but I am going into just a crazy week of work, and I'm working next weekend, and then the weekend after is Stitch North, and I really wanted to do a little Stitch North prep / happy anniversary kind of thing. If you are new and aren't sure what Stitch North is, it is a retreat that is held yearly. I believe last year was the first year they did 2 weekends. It's held in Brampton. I'm going to weekend 2, and it is hosted by Caroline of Evertote. I will link her Flosstube down below, and I'm going to blank, Carrie of Roxy Floss Kona. They do have a Flosstube that they do together, so I will link that down below as well. So I'll link those 2 down below. This is actually the first year that I've gone. I have planned to go at least twice, and both times, for whatever reason, things just didn't end up working in my favor to be able to go. So I'm very excited. I have been working on quite a bit of stuff, not as much as I had hoped. I had really hoped that I'd be able to get a little bit more planned, and I don't think I will at this point, but I have a vague idea about what I'm going to take with me. I do have a new start that I'm going to start there specifically. And I'm working on like table gifts and stuff. I'm never sure what to do with that kind of stuff because I've never been to, and I know they're not necessary, but I've never been to a retreat before. So I wanted to do something different. Anyway, I think that was a roundabout way of me apologizing for the glare in my lights. I can see it in my glasses, so I'm going to try to like keep out of it. I'm actually borrowed a light off of my husband because I have a ring light, but I just find as all you can see in my glasses is the ring. So this is actually a square. My husband has it. He clips it. It clips on top of your monitor for like Zoom calls, I guess, or Teams, whatever you use. And because his office is now in our basement, he says it's nice to have something a little bit so it doesn't look like he's like in a dungeon taking these calls. So I borrowed that to see so I can see it. I know it's very distracting. It's distracting to me anyway, but there is no other way to do it. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see anything. Oh, my hair is doing some funky things. It's been kind of a crazy weekend. My daughter is moving this weekend, and so we have been over there trying to help them out and take turns with our little grandson, who is, I don't know how many, he's like 20 months. He's born in July, so he'll be 2 in July. So we've been trying to do that. And just, you know, moving is so much work. Moving is just so much work. But anyway, They're pretty much done and out now, so that's fantastic. Now I just have to unpack, which is my least favorite part, I think, about moving at all. But yeah, so that was our weekend. And I work next weekend, and then the weekend after is Stitch North, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to go and meet everybody. On my last video, I had a lot of people message me to say they were going to be there, which is super fun. There is a Stitch North Facebook page if you're going and you're not a part of it. A lot of people there have been posting, you know, what weekend they're going and that kind of stuff, which is fun. It's fun to meet new people. Okay, I'm just going to jump in to I think I'm going to start with my whips. I have a couple of whips. I've actually lost track. Honestly, I do have a couple of new starts, and I do have a couple of things that I've kitted up. And then I have my Stitch North, like what I think I'm going to bring with me. I'm a little unsure about that. I think that might change. I have haul too. I never have haul. I actually have haul this time. And then I'll just sort of wander through. We'll do the giveaways towards the end. Okay, I'm going to jump into my whips. So I think I only have 2 whips. Now, for those of you who have watched and are watch regularly, I did do a little tiny bit on my Smith sampler, but honestly, it was just a little bit of the border, and I'm not going to show it because it's still in the ring. It's still in my Nurge hoop, and I decided I wasn't going to take it out. It was just like the 1/2 of the border, so I'm not going to worry about that. I showed that in my last video, but I am hoping to work on that this week because this tends to be my, like, I like to try to do 5 days a month on the Smith sampler because I really want to get it finished. So I think this is going to be the week that I sort of head into that, and I will do another video. So my plan is to do another video in 2 weeks. So the weekend after Stitch North, is that 3 weeks? That might be 3 weeks. Around the 1st of May, like the 1st of the month is generally when I put out my videos, in and around. So I think that's going to be my plan for my Stitch North, and I'll do like a Stitch North follow-up and how it was and all the things I got and all the people I met and all of that stuff. So I think I'm going to hop into my whips, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, so the first thing that I worked on was, let me see if it's in a book, so I'll see what I can, I don't like to show the whole thing. Hang on a second. Okay. So it's Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. And now I've been working on this, I think I started it this summer, it'll be 2 summers ago. But I have been watching Sarah's Stitchy Spot, so I'll link her below. And she just finished it. And it's so pretty. And then I was like, well, now I want to stitch on mine. And I hadn't stitched on mine in a good long while. This was in my whip parade, but I know I haven't stitched on it in a good long while. So I decided I was going to pull that out, and I only got a little tiny bit on it because I was getting ready to go, and I didn't, I'm stitching on 40 count platinum, I want to say, with all the called for. Let me see if I have it written. I don't. This was before I was writing everything down. Yeah, I think it's on platinum. Flax. I think it's on flax. I think it's 40 count flax. And I'm stitching with all the called for DMC. And this is where I am at. So all I really did was kind of come over here and finish this. So I'll give you a little close up. The one thing about this light is it gives really good colors. Like, it's really showing the colors nicely. It's glaring on my glasses, but yeah. So this is what I've done. Obviously, I have a long way to go. It's a big project, but I love it so much. And I think it's funny to see like people that have finished, like, it's like, oh yeah, I love that. There's a reason that I wanted to start that. I need to get back to that. So I did do a little on that. So I'm going to pull this out into my rotation probably a little bit more regularly. It is really fun to stitch on. So yeah, so I'm stitching that on, I'm pretty sure it's flax. It's 40 count for sure, and I just used the called for DMCs for that. So I'm hoping to get some good progress in on that one. That isn't one I don't think I'm going to take to Stitch North with me, but the next one is, maybe. We'll see. So the next thing I worked on, now I brought this with me to Toronto, and so the next thing I worked on was Little House Needleworks Fall on the Farm. So I'm going to show you, because this is 9 patterns, and so I'll show you the one I'm working on right now, which is 8. What's it called? This little piggy. Here, hang on, let me see. There we go. So this is the one that I have just started working on. and I am using the DMC conversion. I am using a piece of fabric flare, and I don't know the color. I know it's 36 count, and I know it's their 36 count even weave because I really like their even weave. And so what I did, I decided to take this with me to Toronto because the 36 count even weave is really easy to see. I am stitching 1/2. And I find when I go away, when I don't like have my light, like I still bring my little clip-on magnifiers with me wherever I go, but when I don't have a really good light, I find I need to bring stuff that's a little bit bigger because my eyesight is less than fantastic. So I can't always see well enough to stitch on some of the smaller counts. It's one of the things I'm worried about for Stitch North because I don't have a travel light, and I don't know if I should just try to order one. But the travel light everybody recommends is that like Halo Glow, and it's like $200 and some odd to buy it here in Canada, Amazon. And I don't know if I want to invest. I want to spend money shopping. I don't know if I want, but then I don't know if I'll regret it. If you have a travel light that you really like, that isn't super expensive, that is chargeable, because I think that's part of the problem is there's not a ton of access to like plugs. Outlets, that's the word. So the Halo Glow is chargeable and apparently does do wonderful things. I don't know. It's super expensive to buy it here for a light. Anyway, so I had just started when I was like, before I left Toronto, I had just started the border of number 7. So here, I'll show you the one that I did. Now I didn't do the sign says pumpkin patch, and they're straight stitches, and I do kind of like to leave those to the end. So I did do finish the border and finish all of the stitching except the straight stitches there. And then I did the border of 8 and started on the barn. And man, does it ever stitch up fast. Like I did this whole thing, like maybe 1.5 evenings of stitching while I was in the hotel. And the hotel, like the lighting was awful, and I still managed to be able to see it without much of a problem. So I'm going to show you the whole thing. And there's a few spots I realized that I haven't filled in, particularly over here, like the pumpkin and stuff is still not, and there's a little crow that goes there. I don't know why I moved on and didn't finish that, but here it is in all its glory. So it's almost done. So I am thinking of bringing this with me to Stitch North because it's a really simple stitch. They're a very, very easy pattern, and they aren't like a ton of stitching. And it would be really nice to have this done and be able to frame it and have it up on the wall for this fall. I just think it's so cute. Now they do have a Christmas one that I have been eyeing and has been in my wish list on 123Stitch for ever since I bought this one, honestly. Now this was my birthday start in, what year are we? I think it was my birthday start in 2022. I always start something fall. My birthday's in September, so I always start something fall. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's so sweet. They did release a new one, like a forest. I don't know the title of it. Oh, sorry. During market this year, they released some of it anyway. So I just think it's so sweet. I love it. Love it. So I think that might travel with me to Toronto and see if I can get a finish on the last 2 squares. So the last square we have is, the one I'm working on now is number 8, which is this little piggy. And then the last one, let me see. Sorry, I have them all in here. I didn't want to have to show them all because it seemed like a lot. Number 1, where's number 9? Is that number 9? I can't see. It's so dark in here. Number 9 is Wishing You Well. Sorry, there might be a bit of a glare because it's still in the plastic. Look at how cute it is. It has little goats. It's so cute. So, hopefully I get those 2 done. And potentially I will take that. This is a maybe. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to take so much stuff to Stitch North and I'm not going to stitch on any of it because I'm going to be talking to everybody and I'm going to get no stitching done. That is what I think is going to happen when I go to Stitch North. We shall see if that's what happens, but I feel like that is what's going to happen. Sorry, I'm all twisted now. I do think that's what's going to happen is I'm going to like take all these projects. I was talking to Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, and she's going to be there also on weekend too. And she said she was like, she wants to leave room to be able to start. If she sees something there, she wants to buy and kit and start there. I was like, well, that was a good idea because You might actually like just do a whole kit while you're there. There is vendors and stuff going to be there. So I'm leaving that in the back of my mind too, that I do have a start that I'm planning to start specifically for Stitch North. And I've been planning it for like a good year to start it then. But it might be nice to start, like to kit up something while you're there and start it. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? So now the next two that I have are new starts. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around here because my desk is just like, and both of them were bought online, and I don't have a picture. Now you know me, I do try to insert a picture. I'm just not very good at getting the pictures to work. For whatever reason, when I download to, like, if I don't edit it and just put it up, like that's just generally what I've been doing. I just put it up. It goes up, no problem. If I try to edit it, add pictures and stuff like that, and then try to get it up, it doesn't seem to want to, and I can't figure out why. So I've always had a really hard time getting my projects to download, and I've always edited, it's like from the beginning, I've edited them and put them up, and they've always taken forever. Like sometimes quite literally like 48 hours before and I know we don't have great internet here. We are really rural, but okay. But if I don't do any, but all I'm adding is pictures. Like it's not like I'm adding music and other videos, and like I'm not doing a slideshow or anything. So I'm not sure why that makes such a difference. And I've tried a few editing softwares. I've tried the the Apple one, whatever, iMovie. I've tried VN maybe. I've tried CapCut. I've tried a few, and it all seems to have the same effect. I even have a new laptop. And it still doesn't want to let me upload it to YouTube. Editing it is not actually really the problem anymore. It's the fact that I can't get the edited version onto YouTube, and I don't know. Anyway, one day I will figure this out. So that's why when I say I hope that I'm able to put a picture, this one there is all over Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram, you will see it. You will see everybody that's doing it with it. I am doing a stitch along with Hobbies of Holly. Her name's Holly. I will link her Flosstube down below. It is a pattern by the Bay Needle Arts, and it's called But God. So it's a beautiful pattern. We're doing it in honor of, or in support, I guess honor is not really the right word, of Holly's grandson Graham, who's had a lot of health issues since he has been born. And so we are doing it for little Graham. He's really sweet. He's so cute. So this is where I'm at. I did change the colors. Now, did I bring the colors? No, I didn't. Sorry. I did change the colors. If you want to know what I changed them to, I will just email me or send me a message or Instagram me, and I will send it to you. So I did change the colors. I'm using all I'm using all Gentle Arts. So I went to Tyme, which is a store close to me in Ottawa, and they carry the full line of Gentle Arts floss. They don't carry anything. They just carry Gentle Arts. So I've kitted up a few things there with the Gentle Arts because it's kind of nice to be able to go and see stuff in person. And this was, I think it was charted for a few different colors, but I wanted to change some stuff up. So this is what I have, and I'm stitching it on 32 count. I kept the tag Milk and Honey, Fiber on a Whim, and I'm stitching 2/2. And so this is what I have so far. There's the little house. You see a little fence, which you can't really see very well. So this is what I have. I love the big I love sunflowers, but I love the big sunflowers sort of sheltering the house. I thought that was really sweet. And over here, if I can't get a picture up, it says But God, and then there's some flower. This flower comes down, there's other flowers, and there's some, excuse me, little motifs over here too that I haven't stitched. So I stitched this mostly on the train. One of the things that I like about bringing some larger count fabric is that it's a lot easier for me to stitch without lighting, and I found I was able to stitch on the train for the most part. Now the train coming home was delayed a lot. Like there were times we were literally just sitting on the track in the middle of nowhere. And so I did find by the end my eyes got really tired, and I was like, no, I can't stitch anymore. The last hour, like it was like a 4-hour train ride that turned into like 6.5. And so by that last hour, I was like, yeah, I can't stitch anymore. So now I do think I stitch more slowly than I will when I'm just like sitting here. But it is nice to have some larger count fabrics. I think it's really pretty. So if you're interested, I will post it on Instagram. I haven't posted on Instagram all week because the Wi-Fi at the hotel honestly wasn't fantastic. And it wasn't a great spot to take pictures and stuff. So I will get some things posted with what colors I'm using on Instagram. Hopefully in the next couple of days. I am a bad Instagram poster. I really am. I'm awful. I do try to be better, but I'm just not very good at it. I forget. And I was like, I should have taken a picture of that. And I didn't. So, so that is But God by the Bay Needle Art. It is available as a PDF. I did actually send her an email. I talked about this in my last video, and I sort of sent her a message through Etsy actually, and said, hey, do you ever do your patterns as PDFs? Because she only ships into the US. She's in Maine. And she's like, yeah, I can do that. And so like 2 days later, she gives me this message to say, hey, it's a PDF. And I was like, that's awesome, because shipping honestly just takes a long time. Like I have a haul here from 123Stitch and it takes me a month to get it. I can ship. I live close to the border, so I can ship to the States and pick it up. But by the time you go and pick it up and pay duty and PDFs are awesome. I love them. The next one is also a PDF. And again, I will try to insert a picture somewhere. And this is my exciting news that I have. I am doing a birth sampler because we are expecting another grandbaby. And it is a little girl. So she was our little tiebreaker. We have 2 grandchildren right now, a boy and a girl. One is my grandson, who's here with me today, being very quiet, so he's still sleeping. He will be 2 in July, and then we have a sweet little granddaughter who was born last September, so she's about 7 months old now. And we are expecting another little girl in July, which is very, very exciting. We've known for a bit, but we are officially allowed to tell people now. So this is my daughter who has my little grandson. This is her second. And so she picked, now this is a Vlada X stitch, which is the same. I use that for my grandsons as well. I use the same designer. I just put in like birth sampler cross stitch on Etsy. And this will be a wreath, so this is one side, it comes all the way around and the name goes in the middle. So I hope I'm able, if not, I will also post this on Instagram. Now for this, I'm using all the DMC. It's so pretty. And I'm stitching this on like a white 32 count. I bought it at Tyme. I think it's just a regular old like Lugana, like it's nothing, it's antique white actually. And I'm using the colors that it was charted in. I just bought the colors it was charted in. My daughter really liked the look of it. You could buy it in a couple of different color ways. She has a lot of birth sampler options. When I did my grandson's, which I don't have here to show you, when I did his, I changed the colors completely. But for this one, my daughter really, really liked the colors that it was charted in. So, and I'm missing one color. So this flower comes down and I don't have that color. And I meant to go pick it up, but I haven't, honestly. So yeah, so this is our birth sampler for grandbaby number 3. It's very exciting. So far I've had a grandbaby a year since 2022. So I'm like, let's keep the momentum going, guys. So just keep going. And this is another thing that I might bring with me to Stitch North, just because it is on 32 count and it's just on white and it's DMC and it's just a very easy pattern. I don't have like markup or any of the, like I just have it on my laptop. Like I just download them to my laptop and I can make them bigger and smaller. I don't do really giant patterns usually that way. So I don't really find, like, I think when people are doing like the long dog samplers or they're doing the Heaven and Earth designs where they're like full coverage, you really need to be able to track where you are. But the smaller patterns, I don't find that I really need to do that. So that is the birth sampler. I don't know what the name of it was, but if it had a specific name, I'll try to put it down here. I will definitely put it in the show notes below, and I will show notes, or just, I've been watching a lot of podcasts and they always say show notes, or listening on the train. That's all I do is listen to podcasts and they say show notes. The description box below, that's what I'm trying to say. So I will link the Etsy store that I purchased it at. If I can link the exact one, I will link that too, and what the actual name of it was, because I'm not sure. I just sort of Google like baby girl or baby boy birth sampler, and that's how I find things. And then I send off them to my daughter-in-law and say, hey, what would you like? Do you want any of these? And then they're like, yep, I like this one. And that's that. And I just order it and stitch it, and that's the end of it. Well, I guess I can get to my crochet now then, because it is related to this new little one that is coming. You will know if you have followed me, the only time I crochet is a baby blanket. I'm not a great crocheter. I do enjoy it. But so my daughter had picked, actually when she was pregnant with her son, she had picked a boy pattern and a girl pattern. And so when she found out this one was a little girl, I said, do you want that blanket? Because it's the same yarn. And she really liked how my grandson's blanket turned out. She's like, yes, I do. So this is a Daisy Farm Crafts pattern. It's a free pattern. I don't remember the name of it, but they do have a YouTube channel, so I will link that below. And the yarn that I'm using is the Bernat Bundle Up. Now, I order that from Joann's Fabric. They do deliver to Canada. I had it within like a week, like super fast from Joann's. And it is the same. I don't think I have a picture of the one that I made my grandson. It was the mountain. So it was like a blue background and it had like mountains like stitched into it. It was beautiful. It is on their site as well. They have the best patterns. They are beautiful. Almost all of their patterns come with a video tutorial, which for me as a very like, I don't know if I'm a beginner crocheter, but I'm not like, basically every single thing that I've made has been from a video. Like I don't look at a pattern and be like, oh, I can do that. I need someone to like walk me through the steps. That's just how I crochet. So here it is. I haven't tied in anything yet, so it's a big mess. So here it is. It's so pretty. It actually looks really pretty on here too. I think sometimes when you're up close, you're like, oh, I can see where that hole is too big and that. So it's like flowers. Oh, see, I've got some over here. I've got some dangling parts here. Maybe this is better. No, sorry, I've got them everywhere. But here it is. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's upside down. I'm working on over here, as you can see from my little thing here. I don't know how I make them a good size because they tend to use them a little bit more when they're older than when they're babies. At least I find that, like and my grandson was also born in July, so summer babies don't need a really heavy blanket. They like those little muslin blankets instead. But he loves it now because it's a nice weighted, not weighted, but like it's a nice heavier blanket. And so it looks really cute. Here we go. I feel like I hate when it has those little, I am awful to weave in my ends until the very end, but there it is. My little flower blanket. Obviously I'm going to make it longer. It isn't finished, but there it is. So there's my crochet. If you're interested in the pattern or anything, I'll make sure I do link that below. I have done quite a few of the Daisy Farm Crafts patterns and they're the best. They are the best. Like, they're so fun. They make some beautiful, beautiful stuff, especially for baby blankets. They have a lot of baby blankets and they're awesome. I love them. Okay, now let's go on to a couple of things that I have kitted up. One specifically for Stitch North. So this is going to be, look, oh, I'll do sewing because look what I made, you guys. I made a Canadian project bag. Look, it even has a little thing. Look at that. I found those on Amazon. Now, as you will be able to see, I'm not a very good sewer. I don't know why, but it didn't want to sew in a straight line. So it has little lumps in it, but it's okay. It's made with love, not with skill. It's fine. It still works. It works perfectly fine. It's got some nice vinyl. I thought it was so cute. My little Canadiana. I thought that was so cute. So that was my sewing. That's the extent of my sewing. My sewing is not prolific here. But I did pick a sampler for my Stitch North start that I picked last summer. And it is the Erin Elizabeth. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a hair. Erin Elizabeth Designs Canadian sampler. Look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. Now this I did get as a PDF, but I printed this one off because I wanted to be able to take it with me. And I don't know, like, I don't really know what the space is going to be like. I don't know if I'm going to want my laptop like set up, right? So I decided to do this. Now, if anybody wants to join me, it is a PDF. You can get it anytime. You can just go download it right this afternoon as soon as you watch this video. I did kit it. I have a 40 count lamb's wool, which I purchased from Kimmat Designs, which is also a Canadian company. They'll be at Stitch North too. I thought it'd be kind of fun to like just do it all Canadian. And then I kitted it up. I decided to switch from, it is charted in DMC, and I decided to switch and kit it up from when I was at Tyme with some Gentle Arts. So here they are. Here, let me put it on the back of this. There we go. Now the few colors that I didn't get, it does call for a black. I'm just going to do DMC black because it doesn't, actually this might be Anchor black. It is, it's Anchor black because I had some. Because there isn't a ton of black, and I never find the black is really worth getting in a fancy floss because you don't want the variegation. So here are my colors. There are only a couple. So there we go. So if you want to join me, I am going to host it as a Sal. So I'm going to do, the hashtag is going to be Canadian Sampler Sal. I thought that would be kind of fun. So if anybody wants to join in, oh, there's the little brown, it's kind of sticking away. If anybody wants to join in with me for this, you can go, I will link Erin Elizabeth down below. She does have a Flosstube, and she does have an Etsy store. And I think she has a website. Like, I think I went to her website. I did it last year. So, and I've just been sitting and waiting on it. I specifically wanted to start it at Stitch North. That was sort of my, thing. I really wanted to start it at Stitch North. And so there we go. So if anybody wants to join, let me know. I'll post probably on Instagram in the next day or so about it. If anybody wants to join me, even if you're not going to Stitch North and you just feel like having a Canadian Sal, that's fun for us. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing for my Stitch North start. So the only thing is I'm a little concerned about the fabric. It's pretty, so it's lamb's wool. It is hard, and I didn't know that when I bought it. So it's lamb's wool. It's 40 count, but like it's hard. So, and I'm a soft fabric girl. I'm a little worried that I won't like the fabric once I get stitching on it, but I'm bringing it. And maybe if I don't like it, I'll just buy new fabric while I'm there. I'm really hoping to I'm very excited for the Roxy Floss stuff because I don't have any. I've never ordered. I've thought about it a lot, but I haven't. And I really, really, really am looking forward to picking some stuff up there from them specifically. So we shall see. Okay, I have one last kit. I have some haul. I have some giveaways, and I have some, I think, Stitch North plans. I'm a little unsure. So let me do the one last thing that I've kitted, and then I'll go into what I think I'm taking with me to Stitch North. Then I'll go into my haul, then I'll go into the giveaways. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So the last piece that I've kitted, now this is a pattern that I've had for years, and have kind of just not done anything with it. And so this is going to be my Mother's Day start this year. What's Mother's Day, like the third weekend in May? Second weekend in May? So it is Dear Daughter by Blackbird Designs. So there it is. And I bought this, it's been years. I think this is one of the first things that I've purchased when I first started ordering stuff, when I first kind of came back into stitching, 2021 sort of. And so I've decided to do this for my daughter and her daughter, I think. I think I might stitch it twice because my daughter-in-law also has a daughter. So I think I might end up stitching this twice with both moms and daughters. I'm not sure. And then my husband's like, well, what if they have more daughters? I'm like, I don't know now. But anyway, I'm going to stitch it at least once. Maybe I'll stitch it for me. I don't know. But I did kit it up. I am using this beautiful, beautiful fabric, and I got this from Anne at Knowledge and Needles in Brighton, Ontario. If you've never shopped with Anne, you definitely should. I can't for the life of me remember who the designer of the fabric is. It's beautiful. It's a 36 count, and it is the most beautiful fabric. It is, and I cut it myself, so I stitched something else on it. And do you think I can remember? I have no idea. I have no idea what I stitched on it originally, but I love it. I remember buying like the fat half maybe of it. And I didn't keep any information on it, but it was someone I had not heard about. I think they're Canadian, which is too bad. I wish I knew. And it's the most beautiful fabric. It is the most beautiful, like slightly modeled. I'm not one that loves the really heavy modeling in the fabric. Like, I don't know. It's just not my thing, but this is like perfect for me. Like, cause you have the modeling and it's so soft. I love soft fabric. That's my thing. And it's a beautiful fabric. And so this was charted in Gentle Arts, which was great because that's kind of what I have the most access to without ordering online. And I did change the colors a little. So I'm going to do the house in a blue because me and my blue houses, I just love them. So I am going to do the house in this cornflower blue. Here, I'll see if I can hold it up. I'm not very good at this. Here we go. Come on, focus. Okay. So this is the blue I'm going to change the house color to. The rest of them I left pretty much the same. They're pretty much the called for Gentle Arts. Trying to see if I'm missing any in there. I think I lightened up the pot in the middle. I think that was the color I was going for. Honestly, I don't remember now. I have to sit down with it. But there are the colors for this. It's super, super pretty. I love these like pinky tones for the flowers. I think it's going to look great. So that's going to be my Mother's Day start. So if you want to join me, I know there's a few people that are starting Dear Daughter. I know Jess, the Sweetwater Stitcher, she also had it set out to start for her and her girls. She has 2 little girls. I feel like there was someone else that was starting it. I'm going to forget who it was. But if you want to start, I am starting on Mother's Day. Join me. It would be lovely to start that together. I thought that would be fun. Oh, I think I hear a baby. What time is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, I probably do. Okay, I'm going to be quick. I'm going to finish fast. Okay, so the other thing that I am considering bringing with me to Stitch North. So far I have my Canadian sampler, I have Fall on the Farm, and I think I'm going to bring At Home. Now, I haven't worked on it since the last time you saw it. Oh, it's very glary. My bad. Oh, my husband's getting him. He's like, hi. I'll show you it. It hasn't changed. And this I am stitching on 36 count, Vintage Country Mocha, which is the called for, with all of the called for, floss and DMC. It's a little bit of everything. So here, I'll bring that back here. It's so pretty. But because it's on a 36 and because I've already managed to do all of the 1/1, I think it's an easy one for me to bring with me. I like the little motifs because it's like you can work on one little tree and then, can you see that? There you go. And then, like, I just feel like when I'm very distracted, I'm just not a great stitcher when I'm distracted like that. So when I feel like it'll be distracting because I'll want to meet people and talk to people and shop and like, I don't know, like it just feels like there's going to be a lot to do. I'll probably get more stitching done in my room at night than I will actually sitting at the table. But, so like that is a maybe to come with me to Stitch North. So that's 3 projects, which to me does not feel like enough, but in some ways feels like it's too much because am I really going to work on 3? But I'm there for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that I don't know. If you've been to a retreat, give me some advice. Like, should I be taking more stuff? Should I be planning just to buy stuff there? I don't know. And most of the stuff that I have that I'm working on is like 40 count, I find. So I'm just not sure. I'm already bringing 40 count because that's what I'm stitching the Canadian sampler on. And then if I bring the birth sampler, then that's 32 count. So I feel like that'll be an easy one to stitch on. And then At Home is 36 count, which I do find it's an easy 36. Like it's quite a big 36, so it's fine. But then I'm like, do I bring my Smith sampler? I kind of want to bring smaller things, but everything I'm working on right now is gigantic. Like everything I have, I feel like is big. Then do I start some smaller stuff? I don't know. Okay. All right, let's see. Here, let me go through the haul, and then you guys can give me your opinion if some of this stuff is what I should start, because maybe that's what I should be doing. But I'm trying not to start too many things. I want to finish some stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I got was for my Christmas Quaker, which I haven't showed since my whip parade. I haven't touched it since my whip parade because I was running out of floss. Because for some reason, when I ordered that, I didn't order I ordered like one skein of each, and it's, sorry, I'm listening to the baby. Can't decide if he's laughing or crying. I think he's laughing. So I ordered a bunch more because it's a full sampler of only 2 colors. And these are the colors I'm using. So I'm using Ribbon Red by Classic Colorworks and Grasshopper, also by Classic Colorworks. And they are very, 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 like, I always get a little bit worked up about the dye lots, but they seem the same. So, some of it, like this looks darker up here, but then down here, this one is darker in the bottom. So, because I've been looking at them, they look exactly like the ones that I already have. The Grasshopper doesn't have a ton of variegation anyway. So now I can actually work on that because I've been putting off doing more stitching in that because I'm like, if I can't get the right amount of floss for it, then should I be stitching it? Because then it's like, is it going to look really different? But anyway, very happy with that. Finally got those. So those are for my, I think it's Bygone Stitches. I'm doing the Christmas Quaker 2. It's in my whip parade. So yeah, so that, oh, ouch, I just pinched myself. Okay, so on to my haul. So the first thing I got was the Stacey Nash Designs Butternut House Pin Keep. Now everybody has been, I think everybody is making this right now. I will not make it into a pin keep. And it's funny because it's so pretty and it's all DMC, which I didn't realize. It's just very, very, very pretty. But I bought it. So our very first house in the town that we live in was absolutely surrounded by butternut trees, which honestly, if you live by butternut trees, are a huge pain in the butt because they drop and they rot and like, it's a whole thing. The squirrels were absolutely out of control, but it kind of, I was like, oh, like it's like a butternut house, right? Like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And I showed it to my husband when my haul came in the other day and he's like, I think they mean like butternut squash because the house is like a butternut squash color. And I was like, oh, you might be right. I'm still going to do it because it's still a butternut house. And to me, it reminds me of my very first little house that was absolutely surrounded by butternut trees. And they get big, like they're a big tree, the big nut, like they're surrounded, right? Like they're like, I guess like walnut trees, right? And they'll drop, like you would hear them like drop onto the roof. And then if you didn't catch them all, they turn black and they kind of, it's not great. But anyway, it was fun. So I got this. I know there's tons of people stitching it. I don't know when I'll start it. To me, it's kind of fall-y. It's got the little pumpkins, little jack-o'-lanterns at the bottom. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. It never really occurred to me that it was a butternut squash. That was where the butternut color came from, to me, it was butternut trees. So kind of a fall start, but wanted to pick it up. The next thing I got was, of course, the Prairie Schooler 2024 Santa, because now I'm going to have a 2024 baby. So I did, if you watched my last haul, yeah, it wasn't been my last haul. My plan is, last year I made cross-stitch ornaments for all of my kids and their significant others. And this year I'm going to cross-stitch ornaments for all of the babies. So I have the 2022, 2023, and now the 2024. So I'm going to turn them into little ornaments somehow. Who knows how I'll do it. I'm going to plan on starting these in July for Jolly July. Now with this one, I think what I'm going to do is I think I am going to fill in some of the trees. I am not going to backstitch those trees. I think what I'm actually going to do is like make some of them into little trees. Probably not all of them because I think it might be a little bit overwhelming. But like these couple, do you know what I mean? I think I'm just going to fully cross stitch them because I don't love the backstitch. I don't love backstitching, and or straight stitching or whatever people call it. But I do think it's super, super cute with the little horse and the little heart. It's cute. So that's going to be for the newest baby. So I'm hoping to get all of them done in July. We'll see. I had grand hopes, and like I was making ornaments like I think November of last year, like desperately trying to finish them. So I'm hoping to get them out of the way because I'm not a great finisher. I need time to finish. I need like I just can't, like, I'm just not, I don't finish really at all. So when I have to, I really have to think about it. So that is the plan for the Prairie Schooler Santa. I feel like I should have taken some of these out of the packages. The next one that I bought was from the Proper Stitcher, Annie. And lots of people are stitching this, and it is the Strength and Dignity. And I think this is so pretty. So that is, I don't know when I'm going to start it. I think I'm going to kit it as is. So I think I'm going to have to order some floss because there's some weeks floss in there as, yeah, I think it's all, let me see. Weeks. Yeah, it's all weeks. So I'll probably just order that from, Knowledge and Needle. I just need to sit down and sort of kit some stuff up. And I actually did get, the other thing I got was just some regular old 36 count white. Just sometimes it's nice just have some basic colors, but I think that's like, I think this, what was it stitched on? Does it say? Doesn't say what it was stitched on. Fabric, Lightning, 36 count Lightning by Needle Blend. But it looks like really white. I think it'll be pretty on a white, and I just picked it up. Sometimes it's originally, my original plan, honestly, with this was to start the birth sampler on this on a 36 count. And I decided I just liked the fullness of the 32 count over the 36. But yeah, so I did pick this up, just plain old, regular old white fabric. And I picked up a cream as well in 36 count. Now this is for the Plum Street sampler. Proverbs 31 sampler. So that is on back order. It's actually already been shipped now to me. So it probably won't be here before Stitch North, but it called for a cream. So I just picked up a 36 count cream. I'll show it to you in hopefully by my next video it will be here. But I picked that up too because it's inexpensive. They're just regular Zweigart. Like, sometimes I buy fancy fabric, but you know, it's kind of nice just to have a simple, plain, you throw anything on it kind of fabric too. Okay, so my next one is also Plum Street because, as we have discussed, I have a Plum Street problem. So this is the Spring Has Sprung. So this goes with, I started the winter one. I'm going to forget what it's called. Same size, same. It's just so cute. It's just so cute. I just love them. So this was a market release, and this was a market release. Was this a market release too, or was this just new? I don't know. I don't even know if this was new. But anyway, I picked it up. I didn't get very far on my winter one, so maybe I'll get some of them. I won't start. So you'll see in this haul, besides the you'll see in this haul, the next few things are very spring oriented. I realized as spring sort of has come, I think it's not really gone, but as spring has sort of come, I don't really have almost anything that I'm stitching that's springy. I don't have anything Easter. I don't have like a lot of anything. So I thought it would be nice to pick up a couple of spring things. So I picked up this, and then I picked up this, which is like, I would like to start this now, even though I know the next two things are a little Eastery spring, and Easter has come and gone, but I love this so much. Listen to the baby. I think he's trying to get at me, so I think I might really need to start this video. So this is Annie B's Folk Art, Bunny and the Bee. Look at it. It's so cute. I loved it. I love that the A is like the honeycomb. I just think it's adorable. So that's another one that I'm starting. Not kitted, but ideally I'd like to sort of kit stuff and have it ready for the next season. I don't know that I'll stitch this stuff now that Easter's over. I don't know. You never know. I might just get a whim, but I like to kit. That's one thing that I'm trying to do a little bit more of, is have stuff actually kitted with the fabric and the floss and normally I haven't been doing that. So I would really like to get some things where it's like, okay, I can start this. I'm ready to start this, as opposed to, okay, well now I have to order, because I don't really have an LNS. We do have Wool Tyme, and I'm very grateful for that. And I do have Knowledge and Needles, which is also wonderful, but Wool Tyme is a wool store that has a cross stitch section, which is growing and is amazing. Like, it really is worth checking out if you are in the area. Knowledge and Needles is awesome, but it's about 2 hours from me. So it's just, I tend to even order online from them as well. And I just want to be able to walk through a store, but I don't have one. So we do what we can do. So the next one, also a little bit Eastery, is Berry Patch it's Hello from Liz Matthews. Look at it. It's so sweet. So cute. I just think it's adorable. So again, a little bit Eastery, probably won't start it, but would like to kit it. This is actually also all DMC and would also go on the white, that big piece of white that I got. So I might actually do a few on that piece. Because this is just a DMC, it's all DMC. It was charted in DMC, and I'll probably just do that. And the last thing I got is another thing that I feel like absolutely everybody is stitching, and I am absolutely in love with it. And it is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. And I know Olivia's been stitching this. I'm pretty sure Katie from So Tattered is also stitching it. They're also stitching Butternut House, if I recall correctly. She does have Halloween, I think, as well at Hollyberry Farm. I don't know how many there are, but I feel like I might need some. And this is actually charted in Gentle Arts, which is great for me because I can get at Gentle Arts in person. So again, something I will probably do later in the year, unless I start it also for Jolly July, but I really want to get the baby stuff done. So we'll see. I love it though. I don't know what I'm going to stitch it on. I am hoping to do some fabric shopping specifically when I go to Stitch North, because I love to be able to touch fabric. I have a thing. I want to touch it. I do. If I know I like it, like I know that I love Fiber on a Whim, I can reorder it. But I find that I have gotten fabric that it's like, I'm weird. I'm tactile. Like I need to feel a certain way. So I am hoping to be able to actually buy some in-person fabric. We'll see. Apparently the fabric goes really quick. I am going to be there that Thursday, so I'll just be in line on Friday morning and just go and do some fabric shopping. So that is the extent of my haul. I think that's everything except the giveaway. I think that is the last thing. Okay. So I'm going to do, I've lost track of how many things I have here. I'm just going to do them by number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you would like to participate in the giveaway, you do need to be 18 years of age or older. I do have to ask you for your address. If you can be a subscriber and if you can like this video, that would be fantastic. And you do have to leave a comment. So I'm just going to have the comments be, you can just leave numbers if you want. You can leave a whole comment with numbers in it, as long as it's the numeral, like don't write out 1, W, like just W-O-N. That's not how you spell 1. O-N-E, but the actual numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So the first one I'm going to start out with is in honor of our Stitch North. And this is July 1st by Shannon Christine Design. So Shannon Christine and Erin Elizabeth are sister-in-laws, I think. So this was purchased. No, this wasn't a PDF. This was purchased from 123 Stitch. I did stitch this. So this is like a used shirt. Now it's not marked or anything, but so I thought that would be kind of fun. Now I will ship anywhere. It's a Canadian sampler, but if you are a Canadian living somewhere else, I will ship it to you. So this is number 1, July 1st. And then I thought, because I didn't want anybody to be left out, my American friends, I am going to do Freedom Lane, which is by, wait, hang on a second, Twin Peaks Primitive. It's a Twin Peaks chart. So that's what it looks like. This was given to me to use as a giveaway. So I did not purchase this chart. It was given to me. And actually a few of the other ones are as well. Sometimes I get like people that'll send me stuff to use as giveaways, and I like to be able to do that. And I haven't done a giveaway in a while. So Freedom Lane is number 2. July 1st, number 1, Freedom Lane number 2. You can put all the numbers if you want to go for all of them. The next one that I have, these next 2 were also given for me to use as a giveaway. And this is Blackbird Designs with My Needle. So I'll give you a close-up. There we go. Blackbird Designs. Oh, I dropped it. There we go. So this is going to be number 3. And I looked on these. I can't find a date. So I have no idea when they're from. Oh, 2003. So this one was 2003. Designed by Barb and Alma. I don't want to, it's the pattern, it's just one piece, so the pattern's on the back of it. So that's number 3. And I do have another one, Blackbird Designs, Dear Friend. And is this one also 2003? Let me see. I don't know. Oh, it is 2003. And this is designed by both. That was kind of fun. They're nice. So this is number 4. So with my needle number 3, Dear Friend number 4 of Blackbird Designs. I'll put that away. Now this is one that I purchased many, many, many years ago and never used. It's brand new. It is from, gosh, only knows what year it is from. I wonder if it'll tell me. I should look that up first. I haven't the foggiest idea what year. Oh, 2002. That's not bad. We're getting really retro here. So this is The Great Outdoors by Stony Creek. Let me see if I can get it up close and personal. It's super cute, but I know I'm not. I mean, I bought it. I most likely bought it in 2002, and I have never stitched it. I'm going to show you the back too, because the back is really cute. It's really cute. It is super slick. Look at that. So cute. Got a little bit of a glare, sorry. So it does have all of these patterns in it. It is a booklet, like a leaflet, like I don't know if they still make them, maybe they do. So it is called The Great Outdoors. So this is going to be is this number 5? Yes, it is. This is number 5. I have 6 giveaways. This is number 5. I should have done an even number. Oh, 6 is an even number. Oh dear. Okay, so The Great Outdoors is number 5. Okay, can you keep a track? And I have one more, and this was given to me to use as a giveaway. And this is a caterpillar cross stitch. It is a full kit. So this is what it's going to make down here. What is the name of it? Shine Bright. So I'll give you a little, it's super cute. It's super cute. It has everything in it. It has the floss. It has the fabric. Everything you need to make it is in this little kit right here. So, and this is going to be number 6, the caterpillar cross stitch kit. So those are my giveaways. And I think that is my whole video. Now, you can be anywhere. I will ship the giveaways absolutely anywhere you would like me to ship them. Just make sure you put the number and that you do leave a comment. I will announce the winners on my next video. So my After Stitch North video, I will announce the winners of the giveaways. And I think that's it for me today. I can hear my grandson running around down there, so I feel like I need to go now and be a granny for a little bit. We're going to bring him home soon. We're going to feed him supper and bring him home. So thank you so much. I want to thank everybody specifically for like just being so supportive. Like it seems a little bit crazy that it's been a whole year that I've been doing this. And it was sort of a leap of like, should I really do this when I started my Flosstube? And it has been a absolutely 100% fantastic experience. I have made some really, really great friends all over the world, quite literally all over the world, which is really neat. For like, it's wonderful. It is wonderful. I, as always, highly encourage if you're interested in starting a Flosstube to jump in and off you go. This is one of the sweetest, sort of most welcoming communities I have ever had the pleasure of being a part of. I cannot wait to meet some people in person. If you're going to weekend 2, let me know down below. I know in the last video I had quite a few people that reached out and said, I'm going to be there. And so we'll try to make sure we get some fun pictures. I will try to figure out if I can attach some fun pictures. I would love to be able to show everybody all the fun that I am planning on having next week, 2 weekends from now. I thank you all so much for all of your support over this whole year. It's been absolutely amazing. And I will see you all in about 3 weeks. So Stitch North is 2 weeks. I'm going to do probably the weekend after. I might do it midweek. It depends on what my schedule looks like, but I will definitely do like a Stitch North recap / what I have managed to accomplish in the next 2 weeks. I don't have high hopes that I'll get it done in the next 2 weeks, but you never know. Sometimes I surprise myself with what I managed to accomplish. I hope you all have a fabulous couple of weeks. I hope you all, those of you that are going to weekend 1, which is next weekend, I hope you have a fantastic time. I'm sure you will. Don't buy everything because the rest of us would like to shop too. I'm sure they'll have lots. Still. And just have a fantastic next couple of weeks. Lots of stitching time, hopefully. And I will see everybody in my next video. Thanks. Bye.